I said it. Let me kick my feet a little bit and swing. Your gross is how much you make. Your net is how much you take home. The taxes are in the middle. That's why your net makes you feel gross. So now you've been robbed twice, one by the government and one by the banks. Well, Brian, what does that have to do with my refund? Everything, because you've been trained to get a tax refund next year and loan the government all your money and get a percentage back. If you had your money throughout the year, you could have the money every single week, every single month when you get paid, and you can, guess what? Pay the debt off or not get in debt in the first place. So getting your money up front keeps the first two robberies from happening. Brian, what do you mean robbery starts the refund? I'm getting there, I'm warming up. You already been robbed twice. We are back in the building, man. Another episode of the Instincts Podcast. My name is Brian Beane, and I appreciate you guys for joining us on this solo shoot today. That's right. We've had some incredible guests. But once a week, I want to drop in on you personally just to share with you two things: mindset and money. Now, those who don't know, the Instincts Podcast normally talks about mindset, message, and money. And when we bring our guests, that's right, it could be you, because you have a story to share. You have a message you can give to the world. But that's the message segment. Today, I want to talk to you guys about mindset and money. I want to start with the money. I got a lot of comments. I got a lot of reviews last time about the tax game. Because the funny thing about it, it's not a real sexy topic, right? I mean, let's face it. Sometimes when you hear taxes, you actually hold your stomach a little bit because you always think about paying them. Or sometimes when you hear taxes, you think about old Uncle Sam and the IRS. What I'm here to tell you is taxes can be a sexy topic if you have the government paying you. That's right. Keep plugging in. I'm going to show you guys how you can reverse that subject matter and that psychology of always thinking that taxes is a bad thing. Now, trust me, I don't like them. But what I figured out is that wealthy people look at taxes totally different. And the reason I want to talk to you in this money segment about taxes is because I'm about to make a bold statement. You ready? Let me get to swinging. All right, you ready? Because I'm about to make a bold statement. Taxes start the robbery. I said it. Taxes start the robbery. More importantly, the refund starts the robbery. Now, Brian, what do you mean the refund starts the robbery? Well, I want y'all to think about this for a second. The reason colleges teach you to get a job is because corporations give colleges endowments. So corporations will always tell colleges what to teach. Why? Because they need more employees to come work for those corporations. So it's a win-win. If colleges and universities will get a big endowment from a corporation, then that corporation has the right to tell that college or university what to teach, so they can bring more people to that particular corporation. And then the government wins because those are W-2s who pay the highest amount of taxes. Brian, what does that have to do with taxes and robbery? Well, because if you get your taxes taken off the top because of the same institution that sent you to get a job in the first place, because of the corporation who pays for the institution, they're getting you programmed to pay Uncle Sam first. Well, when you pay Uncle Sam first, you end up borrowing money from the banks. So not only did you get robbed from your first 1/3 of your income in the form of taxes, but you got robbed again by the banks because you have to make up the difference between your gross and net. I said it. Let me kick my feet a little bit and swing. Your gross is how much you make. Your net is how much you take home. The taxes are in the middle. That's why your net makes you feel gross. So now you've been robbed twice, one by the government and one by the banks. Well, Brian, what does that have to do with my refund? Everything, because you've been trained to get a tax refund next year and loan the government all your money and get a percentage back. If you had your money throughout the year, you could have the money every single week, every single month when you get paid, and you can, guess what? Pay the debt off or not get in debt in the first place. So getting your money up front keeps the first two robberies from happening. Brian, what do you mean robbery starts the refund? I'm getting there, I'm warming up. You already been robbed twice. So now what happens? When you get debt, if you can't pay that debt back, you get a ding on your credit. So now Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion have a field day with your credit report. Why? Because Visa was late, MasterCard was late at some point, mortgage was late, the rent was late, the car note was late, the student loans are deferred. Why is that? Because the taxes got you thinking you need the money next year instead of getting your money this year, so you borrowed and you're over leveraged. So you got robbed again. Why? Because bad credit means high interest rates. So now instead of paying for a car one time, you pay for the same car twice. You got a high interest rate on your house if you're lucky. So now the equity is building a lot slower. The bank is getting more interest. The reason I say if you're lucky is because if you have bad credit, nobody's going to lend you any money. So you end up renting and building no equity. So you got robbed a fourth time. Brian, what do you mean a refund equals robbery? Well, the tax refund started the process. You waited till next year to get your money that you work hard for. And because you waited till next year, you got in debt, you got robbed again by the banks. And because you often fall behind, I've been there, done that, lost a property, got audited, credit cards behind, student loans deferred. You're not talking to a person that does not know what he's talking about, because I lost $1 million in my 20s due to this robbery. Everyone done rob you with a gun. Some people rob you with an ink pen. My bills fell behind, so I got bad credit. Because I got bad credit, my first house had high interest, so I didn't build any equity. So the next man got my equity when I lost my house. I got robbed again because my credit was bad, and guess what? I had to rent. Now, because you're renting, you're building somebody else's equity because they took care of their business and they got a property that they own, and you're paying somebody else's mortgage, so you got robbed again. Fifth robbery goes to the landlord. Not saying anything's wrong with renting. I'm not bashing renters. I've rented before. What I'm saying to you is the refund starts the robbery. Now, because you're building somebody else's equity in their establishment, you're building somebody else's legacy for their children and grandchildren, which means you're not investing. And anytime you're not investing, somebody else is using your money to invest it for you. So you got robbed again. I don't know about you, but I'm sick of being robbed once. I'm sick of being robbed twice. I'm sick of being robbed 3 times. By now, you've been robbed 4 times. And all you have to do is start getting your money up front and reprogram the way you think. This is why we call this the Nothing But Money segment. Yeah, I know sometimes I bring guests and sometimes we'll sit side by side and we'll talk about the trials and tribulations and turn them into celebrations. But sometimes I want to talk to you personally, just me and you, as I sit here in my new bird cage. We're just going to rock back and forth, kick my feet, have a good time. Why is this important? Because America's the wealthiest country in the world, and people don't understand you can't run from the subject matter of capitalism. Now, I'm going to bring you different experts to talk to you about investing. I'm going to bring you different experts to talk to you about land. I'm going to show you step by step how I purchased these 20 acres that I shoot the podcast on. If you're watching on YouTube, you see it. If you're listening on audio, go to YouTube and check it out. It's because I got a handle on this tax game, because that's your biggest expense. Ladies, it's not him. Fellas, it's not her. It's not your cell phone. I don't care if you got Verizon or Sprint. That's not going to make you wealthy, the $15 difference. I don't care if you go to Shell or Chevron. The 2-cent difference is not going to make you wealthy. I don't care if you go to DirecTV or Xfinity. They taught you how to budget your money. Nobody told you that what you need to worry about is that refund you keep getting. Look, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to offend anyone. What I'm telling you is re means again and fund means money. So a tax refund is simply your money again. You worked for it, so why are you giving it away and waiting until next year to see a percentage of it back? And then they file that as earned income, even though you made that money already, and then you need it so bad that you file rapid refunds, so then someone robs you again for a percentage of the money you worked for already. And you know what happens? Next year, things are more expensive. Groceries are up, daycare is up, healthcare is up, and because of inflation, the money you made last year is not worth half as much this year, so you got robbed again by big business. I don't have enough cards to throw by the number of times you're getting robbed by getting a tax refund, which is your money, again. Hope you enjoyed this Nothing But Money segment, sponsored by the Extra Digit Movement. We're a movement of individuals, doctors, lawyers, single moms, single dads, college students, millennials, Generation X. It doesn't matter. We're a group of people that show you how to get a financial makeover and stop this highway robbery with ink pens. Listen, before I go, I want to use the mindset piece today to talk about an animal that I feel like speaks directly to this robbery, right? Directly to this capitalism or this stage that I just talked about. I hate to interrupt, but we got to take a break. I got to pay some bills. This segment was sponsored by the Instincts Training Series. Do you guys know you are the highest form of intelligence watching this video? That means you're a human being. Well, God created other animals as well. There are millions of other species, and I teach you how to tap into your instincts by using what God gave them and their survival mechanisms so you can reach your full potential. Do me a big favor. Visit briannbeane.com. That's briannbeane.com for a glimpse and a free keynote into our Instincts Training Series, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Now enjoy the rest of the episode. So before I go, let's tap into your instincts. Let's talk about the mindset it takes to understand that Nothing But Money segment. And let's use my favorite things, animals, to make it happen. It's real simple. A praying mantis in this example is the epitome of what capitalism does to you if you don't understand it. A praying mantis is an insect's worst nightmare. A praying mantis has a philosophy. We will shred your feet, your hands, your arms and legs first and save your torso to eat last. They take care of the limbs first and save the body. This is exactly what capitalism does to you. It's time to tap into your instincts. Understand that everybody around you is looking for a way to get in your pocket without giving you anything in return. They don't want you to understand the difference between an expense and an investment. They don't want you to believe that an investment is where you invest some money or spend some money and more than you spent comes back. They want you to believe that you should give them your money, so they can take it and invest it in something that they believe in. Capitalists eat you up like a praying mantis from head to toe and save the body for dessert. You have to start flipping it, and instead of becoming prey, you need to start praying for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Don't be a prey to the things I talked about earlier with the robbery with the ink pen. Don't fall prey to the refund being the beginning of the robbery. Become that praying mantis who has 1,000 eyes in each eye. Let's tap into your instincts. A praying mantis has 1,000 eyes in each eye. You know why? So he won't miss anything. The reason most people in this country get eaten alive by capitalism, if you notice, I'm tying together the instincts and Nothing But Money segment today. The reason most people get eaten alive in both areas is because they miss opportunities. They miss the opportunity to start a home-based business. They missed the opportunity to invest in crypto because they're afraid of it. They missed an opportunity to get in on the early stages of an IPO because they didn't understand the first mover's advantage. They missed the opportunity to get in on the real estate bubble when it burst so they could scoop up homes for pennies on the dollar. They missed the opportunity to sign up for a course or a program to change their lives. Why? Because they're too busy using their money to make other people wealthy instead of plugging into free information like this to change their circumstances firsthand. Don't miss. I'm not saying run around and join a bunch of different opportunities. I'm not saying run around and purchase courses you can't afford. I'm not saying run around and read every single book from every single mentor and every single ebook and have every single download and have every single PDF and watch every single podcast and have every single e-course and go to every single conference and purchase every single seminar ticket. I'm not asking you to create what's called absorption for yourself. What I'm saying is think like a praying mantis with 1,000 eyes in each eye and be open to the opportunity that you may be missing things because you are staying who you are. The reason the praying mantis is the godfather of the insect world, he refuses to miss anything and he destroys anything in his path. It's time for you to stop praying without action, because if you keep praying without action, you will become the prey to those taking action on your behalf. Remember, your money's gonna make someone rich. The question is who? Listen, it's a great day to change lives, man. As of right now, there's no longer a secret to success. Do me a favor, follow the Instincts Podcast. That's P-O-N-D Cast on all platforms, including YouTube if you want to see the video live. But we are on Spotify. We are on Apple. Wherever you're listening to your podcast right now, download the Instincts Podcast. Leave a comment. Do me a favor and share it. Give me a good review if you like it. And come back to every single episode every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm Brian Beane, seeing the magazines. As of right now, there's no longer a secret to success.